So my next review for the new Amy G items from the Edge now is on this gorgeous purple Galaxy Mirror Pigment. And I want to try a few things today. So not only have I got the pigment, but as you can see I've got a stamping plate here. This funny looking thing over here is what I clean my stamping plates with. And I have a clear stamper and I have a sponge tip. Yes, lots of things going on. My nails prepared black. On my ring finger I've already applied the tacky base because I'm using this with regular polish and not gel polish, although you can use it with gel with a no white top coat. But I'm showing you how you can also use it with regular polish today. So I'm going to do a full coverage now on my ring finger. That's why I've applied the tacky base to it. And on the other three fingers, I am going to try stamping with the pigment to create a look. So this might work, it might fail, but we'll go along together and we'll find out if it works. And we'll just see if we can do this. And I'm going to be doing it a different way because some of the ways I've seen it done is where people apply the pigment to the stamper, then they paint with polish and scrape and then stamp. But obviously you can do that with gel polish because you can dust off the excess pigment so it doesn't stick to the rest of the nail polish or gel polish. But because I'm doing this with regular nail polish and it is dry, and I've used the Annika black polish also from the Edge nails, I'm just going to be putting the pigment over the image and then scraping that and seeing if that works. So as I said, we will go along together and find out if this works. And yeah, so we'll get started. Okay, so we'll open the little pot of pigment first. As you can see, it is absolutely gorgeous. And with my sponge applicator, I'm going to dip into the pigment and pick it up and then just dab it lightly onto the nail. Now, even though the black polish is totally dry and the tacky base has dried to leave a tacky base, I still want to do this very carefully because I don't want to dent any of the polish. So I dab it on first and then ever so lightly swipe. Now obviously with a gel polish you will get a smoother mirror-like finish, but I am super happy with that for a regular polish. And then just with my finger, again, ever so lightly, just to try and burnish that in a tiny bit more. As you can see, that does take off any excess pigment. And that is the application with regular polish. So absolutely gorgeous. So now we will get on to the stamping. And I'm going for this flower image here, and again with the sponge applicator. Don't know if I've got enough, possibly not. I have said I have no idea if this is going to work this way, so this is all trial and error to get the pigment into that image. Like so, and we'll see if this works. So we'll give it a scrape a couple of times and then push the stamper down, and it did pick up some of the pigment but not in the image how I wanted it. So obviously it doesn't work that way, but as I did say, this was a complete test for this video, so we are learning together. So I'm just going to clean that up with acetone and clean my stamper. I can sort of see the flowers on that. It is hard to see. I don't know if you can make that out. The flowers are actually there. So maybe that did work. Maybe it didn't. We'll put it across my lint roller and find out. It's a bit messy, but let's have a look. Did it work? So yes, it sort of picked up the flowers, but not completely. So I'm just going to continue to clean that off on my messy lint roller. And we will go in and do it the other way with polish. That should be dry enough, and we'll see if it works this way. So now I'm going to apply the pigment directly to the stamper. Don't actually know why I cleaned it off. But obviously you want to cover enough to make sure you're going to cover that entire image. That should be enough. And grab my black stamping polish, which I should have already but didn't. And let's try it this way. So we'll apply the polish first, give that a scrape, then apply the stamper, and then stamp. And I don't know if you can make that out, but the flowers are there. Not sure if I can dust off any excess pigment, but we will carry on. Really should clean my lint roller. So let's just clean that up again. Get some more pigment on here. So I say it's another good way to use these pigments for an alternative look. And I've done it before with other pigments, and I wanted to see if you could also do it with this one. And it looks like you can. Not sure if I can see flowers on that one, or whether I've just completely just put the pigment all over the nail. A bit of trial and error, I suppose. Obviously would be easier with gel polish, but a fun experiment all the same. And for the last nail, I have one more product left to actually review on my nails. If you actually watched the launch video. Okay, well, it looks like there's flowers on there. I have no idea. I'm just going to clean up, and then I'll come back with my dusty brush and see if we can dust off any excess pigment from those ones. But yeah, as I was saying, I have one more product from the Julie G, even Amy G collection. I don't know where I was going then. And that is the silver tinsel foil. And I'll be doing that very, very soon. So make sure to keep a lookout for that one. So I'm just going to quickly clean up my mess, and then I'll be back. Okay, I've got two things here. I've got my dusty brush. And a sponge. I don't know if you can make that out. You can sort of see the flowers. It's not perfect, but a fun way also to get the pigment on your nails. So that was the purple Galaxy Mirror Pigment from Amy G. I'm going to go ahead and clean up and then seal with a water-based top coat, and then my regular fast dry top coat, and I'll put pictures at the end. And yeah, so that was a bit of a trial and error video. Thank you if you watched along with me. If you have any tips for stamping with pigments with regular polish, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to read them and have a try myself. But everything will be in the description box below as always. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.